Hello, everyone. This is Melissa Friesen, your hostess. If you are ready to learn how to heal holistically, find freedom from pain, and start enjoying your life more, then you are in the right place. So let's get started. I'm here to share my healing journey and the techniques that were instrumental in changing my life so you can apply them to solving your health goals as well. As a holistic health coach and energy healer, I use a holistic approach to healing the mind, body, and spirit. With compassion and support, I help people discover the truth about what's holding them back from accomplishing their health goals. I help them develop confidence in their body's ability to heal itself naturally and to realize they hold the power to heal themselves. I help them break free from old habits so they can feel happy and joyful again by providing tips for managing stress, learning how to let go of physical and emotional pain, and finding healthy ways to move their body so they can get the exercise their body needs and enjoy the benefits of decreased anxiety, better health, and more fun. So please interact. You can type questions in the chat box at the bottom of your screen, and I will get back to you at the end of the masterclass. So before we jump into the information that will change your pain, please take a moment to mute your phones, close other browsers that may be open so you can get the best internet connection, close the door to the room you're in, or whatever you need to do to get focused. This time is for you and your health, and I want you to enjoy it and get the most possible out of the material I am going to share with you. So now I need to read my super serious disclaimer. No representation contained in these materials is intended as medical advice and should not be used for diagnosis or medical treatment. I do not claim to cure any illness or disease. What I'm sharing with you today is my healing journey and roadmap, so you can also find a way to heal your particular health concern and in the process, increase your abundance in many areas of your life and experience more joy and freedom. Why is my roadmap of tools and steps so important to know? For decades, we've been searching high and low for a silver bullet or magic wand to fix chronic pain. Epidural steroid injections, narcotic painkillers, MRIs, x-rays, and spinal fusion surgery have increased from 220 to 629%, and yet the change in disability and pain has actually increased 25% rather than improving. We've done all these things, spent trillions of dollars, and tried all sorts of treatments, but people still suffer. Why? The truth is because there is no silver bullet or magic wand. Do you want to know what works best for chronic pain? It's not a secret pill. There's no one perfect exercise or therapy or some special book that you need to read. What works best is when you integrate a few key treatments that support your body, mind, brain, and emotions. This is where the magic happens. Once people receive this type of care, they reverse their pain. I have a question for you. What is your pain costing you? How many times a week do you go to a doctor appointment for acupuncture, chiropractic, massage, physical therapy, an MRI? What is the price of your copays, your prescriptions? How many sick days do you take a month? Are you missing out on better income potential because of a lack of being able to walk or sit or stand for long periods of time? Are you spending $300, $400, $500 a month, which equates to $6,000 a year times however many years you've been in pain? If your journey is anything like mine was, I spent well over $100,000 before I found my solution. Aside from medical bills and higher insurance premiums and deductibles, think about the holidays you couldn't enjoy because you were in pain, the times you struggled just to get through the day, the things you stopped doing because you hurt, and the missed memories with your family and loved ones. All the while, your health continues to deteriorate with more diagnosis, more isolation and hopelessness. This leads to fear of missing work from a flare-up or possibly losing your source of income and not being able to take care of yourself or your loved ones. It's all costing you lots and lots of money with no solution to your problem. When you look at all sides of the equation, your pain is costing you far, far more every day to not take action on this issue. Avoid that outcome and invest in your health. So who does this roadmap of tools and steps work best for? Someone who is looking for natural ways to alleviate their pain and suffering, who might be frustrated with the results of traditional medicine. Someone committed to taking more responsibility for their healing and is passionate about getting well. Someone who has a desire to improve their health and life, spending more time doing the things they love. And lastly, someone who wants to be able to care for themselves and their loved ones physically, emotionally, and financially. I also want to be clear on who this roadmap of tools and steps is not for. Someone who is not willing to step outside the box and be open to new ideas, techniques, and ways to heal their pain. Someone not interested in making genuine changes in their habits and lifestyle to be healthy. Someone who holds the belief they will never get better. And someone not willing to invest time and effort and resources to create a personal pain relief plan for themselves. Healing or achieving any type of goal in life doesn't happen overnight. It requires motivation, practice or repetition, and consistency to be successful. Your pain is real. It isn't just in your head. But what's the real problem? You have no process in place. You don't have the tools necessary or know the steps to take to address your pain or healing and get back to living your life. This is most likely what has been holding you back, and that's about to change. So once you have these tools and steps, what does true health look like? Your health can be described with one simple word: balance. The most ancient concepts and ideas involving health and staying well all revolve around the concept of balance. How balanced your body is determines how healthy you are. Any issue you may have, whether it's emotional, mental, or physical, stems from imbalance of some kind. In order to regain your health, your body needs help to eliminate all the imbalances you have accrued in your mind, body, and spirit. Pain is a sign that something is imbalanced in your body. Taking anti-inflammatories and medications only masks the discomfort without actually addressing the causes. The true cause may be physical, emotional, or energetic pain. You may be surprised that your body is reflecting something that's happening in your life. Once you understand what's triggering your pain, you'll have clues to your path to wellness. Identifying and correcting these imbalances can help you eliminate the need for pain medications, experience less fear of movement, less anxiety, and more joy. Reach a place of calm and peace with less stress. Help you sleep more sound and wake up refreshed and energized, and ultimately resume a healthy, active lifestyle and be able to financially support yourself and your family. What would your life look like with these changes? What would you do with your day if you didn't have to deal with chronic aches and pains? Would you exercise more? Maybe cook more meals? Get out in the garden or plant some flowers? Or perhaps have the energy and ability to play with your kids or grandkids? You can do this. You can have this life. And I'm going to share with you how this can be achieved. So at this point, you are probably wondering, what's the catch? Well, absolutely nothing. There is nothing for sale in this webinar, and that ain't no bull. Just for registering for this training, you will receive a downloadable ebook, Foods That Heal and Fight Pain. It's my gift to you. If you stay until the end, I will announce another special offer. All of this is a $500 value that you get today for free. You might be asking, why should you listen to you? Why should you listen to me? Maybe you've tried chiropractic, pain medication, injections, or even surgery. Maybe you, like me 5 years ago, feel like you have tried everything to relieve your pain, but nothing lasts or even seems to help at all. You're tired of going from doctor to doctor, searching for answers, but coming up empty-handed again and again. And if they couldn't help you, why should I be able to? Believe it or not all doctors have received adequate training to treat pain. In fact, the average physician receives less than 9 hours of education on pain during their training. That translates to just 0.2% of the time they spend studying, even though pain consistently ranks as the #1 reason for a visit to a physician and the #1 disability worldwide. Most of that training is spent learning about what kind of pharmaceutical drug to prescribe. Second, despite steroids, painkiller injections, expensive and invasive treatments like surgery, nerve ablation, and the controversial opioid drugs, chronic pain is becoming worse in the US, not better. The truth is, traditional pain medicine mostly offers only short-term solutions and short-term relief to patients, often with considerable side effects. So what makes me an expert? I originally got into energy healing when my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and I was trying to save her. But in the process of extending her life, I found answers to my chronic pain as well. More important than all my years of education and scientific research is the fact that I lived with chronic pain myself for 15 years. This experience, in my opinion, is invaluable in helping others and being able to relate. As you can see, I have a multitude of diagnoses. I have a herniated disc at L3, L4. I have bulging discs at T6, T7. I have spondylolisthesis. I have spondylolysis, and I have fasciite arthropathy. I ruptured my disc at the age of 29, which changed my life forever and started me on this journey to help you. It took me nearly a year to get back to an almost normal life, or what was considered to be fully recovered. I was told by my original doctor I wouldn't be able to play tennis or ski again. With my past consisting of being a collegiate gymnast and at the time playing competitive tennis multiple times a week, I was devastated, to say the least. Any negative diagnosis can set off a tidal wave of fear, anxiety, and confusion. In one moment, your life story is divided into 2 chapters: before your injury or diagnosis and after. And if you were like me, you would give anything to go back to before the injury or diagnosis. Sadly, I never fully healed and ended up developing chronic back pain. After 15 years of relentless pain, I reached a breaking point. My only traditional medical option was fusing my discs. I was adamantly against surgery, but was determined to free myself of this debilitating pain. I started reading and researching about all kinds of healing techniques. I worked with healers from across the country and across the world, including John of God from Brazil, looking for answers. I finally found some people with information that was extremely helpful. My healing didn't happen overnight. It took time and effort and patience. I stopped doing the things that were making my pain worse and started doing things to eliminate inflammation and stress and retrain my brain. I tried every therapy and technique I could find and afford, and am where I am today because of the actions I took and the changes I made. I am free of chronic pain, not from being lucky, but from being passionate about being well at all costs, making important changes to my lifestyle, and being open to new ideas in healing myself. You have the power to heal yourself too. My healing journey taught me that my body has an innate ability to heal itself if the conditions are right. My emotional baggage was greatly affecting my pain. My belief about my diagnosis was inaccurate. My subconscious mind is a very powerful tool, and mind-body techniques can control and eliminate my pain. As far as my education and training, I have an MBA from Arizona State University, a double major in marketing and retail, and a coaching minor from Brigham Young University. I have holistic healing certifications in Reiki, the emotion code, and the body code, as well as other energy modalities. 18 of my past 26 years of my corporate career, I worked in the healthcare industry, helping people with diabetes lead better lives. My purpose in life today is to use the newest technology in alternative medicine and newest pain science to heal the body, mind, and spirit to help people with chronic pain live their best lives possible. Now that you have decided this is for you, we've talked about who I am, my medical history, personal story, and educational background. I'm excited to share with you the 5 steps of my healing journey to become pain-free. I've done a lot of research and have many years of personal experience with pain. I found these 5 steps crucial to eliminate and control pain. The 5 steps that brought meaning back into my life were: step 1, understanding what was holding me back from healing. Step 2, being open-minded to new ideas of healing myself. Step 3, figuring out the true sources of my pain. Step 4, realizing that my subconscious mind and brain play a huge role in my healing. Step 5, learning mind-body techniques to control and eliminate my pain. These 5 steps will guide you on your path to living pain-free with ease. So let's get started with step 1 by asking the question, what is holding you back from healing your pain and thriving in your life? Why are you still in pain? There are many possible reasons, but 3 common ones are: perhaps you are accepting what you perceive are your limitations, like I injured myself 5 years ago, or this is my diagnosis. Maybe you are ignoring your body's communication. What is it telling you? There are reasons it is trying to get your attention. You need to pay attention to how your body is feeling. Sometimes it can provide a distraction so you don't deal with the real problem or issue. For example, you don't want to go to an event, so you get a migraine, when really it's because you don't want to be around a particular person, or you are afraid to tell a loved one opera isn't something you enjoy doing. It could be so many different things causing the pain. More often than not, it's also a lack of information. Just not knowing that you have more control. You have an energetic body and can tap into your subconscious to make changes. All 3 of these were contributing to my pain, and I was ignorant of all of them. Step 2, be open-minded to new ideas of healing yourself. 5 years ago, I wasn't that well versed with exactly what holistic health meant or what energy healing was all about. I learned that this form of medical practice, which is over 2,000 years old, has withstood the test of time, despite doubting believers in Western medicine. Unlike traditional Western medicine that simply treats the outward symptoms of a disease or illness, energy healing uses all aspects of the patient's life, body, and mind to find a powerful solution. With hundreds of thousands of studies, testimonials, and scientific research backing alternative methods, practitioners from across all spectrums of medicine are beginning to understand and reap the benefits of holistic healing for their patients and clients. A lot of healing can come from what many call energy work. Affirmations, positive thinking, acupuncture, and meditation all fall into this category. So what is energy? Everything is made of energy, and this is a scientific fact. Some energy is invisible, like air or our invisible body. We also have our physical body in the form of matter. Energy affects us because we are all made of energy. What we believe, think, and feel will have an effect on our health. Emotions are energy and affect our body and spirit in negative and positive ways. They become a problem when they get trapped and we create negative emotions. Something gets stored in the body and brain from the past, even if you don't remember it, which can affect you negatively. This negativity could present itself as back pain, tennis elbow, or be affecting your relationships, for example. With the type of energy work I practice, you can quickly and effectively promote healing. I believe healing equals freedom. Anytime we have a problem, whether physical, emotional, or mental, we're not completely free. If you're sick or in pain, how free are you? Energy work is all about getting to the root of your problems and removing the underlying causes so your problems, whatever they are, can go away. Once I started studying energy medicine and applied it to my healing, I was able to start being more active again, sleep better, and be less stressed out and anxious. All 3 of these reasons were contributing to my pain, and I was ignorant of all of them. I learned the beliefs about my diagnosis were old school, and new pain science over the last decade helped remove that limitation clouding my healing. I'll be sharing more of these details later in the webinar. I learned to listen to my body, not only physically, but emotionally. I stopped doing the things that were making it suffer, like sitting for 4 to 6 hours at my desk without getting up, or pushing it to do strenuous sporting activities in 110-degree weather. I had to accept I wasn't 25 anymore and that my body couldn't perform the same it did 15 or even 5 years ago. The hardest part for me was dealing with my emotions of anger and resentment for having to live in this awful pain for so many years and dealing with the heavy grief of my mother's illness. And equally important, I was open to new ideas of healing myself. Or frankly, I would still be where I was 5 years ago, miserable in pain, relying on drugs to get through some days, and feeling hopeless. All of this information enabled me to create an awesome life doing almost all the activities I love and enjoy again. Step 3, you need to determine the true sources of your pain. Pain can originate from many sources, but for lack of time, we will focus on 2 main sources of pain for many people. Pain can originate from negative trapped emotions and an overly sensitive pain system. Let's deal with them one at a time. Again, both of these were contributing to my chronic pain, and both are fixable. We talked earlier about how true health is about being balanced. One of the ways the body becomes imbalanced is energetically. To correct this area of imbalance, we work to identify and remove damaging emotional and mental energies that can become trapped in the body during stressful emotional events. The concept of a trapped emotion can be strange if you've never heard of it before, especially if you're not familiar with energy work. But everyone can understand what it means to have emotional baggage. So let me ask you, do you have emotional baggage that is causing you pain and holding you back from the life you really want? Just about everyone has some amount of emotional baggage from painful life events. It's not all in your head. Emotional baggage is very real, and although it's invisible, it can really mess up your ability to find true happiness, success, and it can sabotage your health. Having a lot of trapped emotions is like lugging around a suitcase from every difficult event you've gone through. Eventually, the load gets too heavy not to notice. Each suitcase is a trapped emotion, a bit of emotional energy that was created by you during an emotional event that got stuck in your body somewhere. Trapped emotions are literally like balls of energy, vibrating at different frequencies depending on what the emotion is. For example, anger is a different vibration than sadness or insecurity. Trapped emotions are negative, destructive vibrations and tend to affect the body wherever they lodge, creating pain and malfunction of bodily tissues, even disease. They can also cause depression, anxiety, and loads of emotional problems. A trapped emotion of resentment could be causing the pain in your shoulder. A deficiency of zinc could be causing clouded memory. Exposure to heavy metal toxins could be causing chronic fatigue symptoms. No matter what the cause or the effect, the most amazing part is that the subconscious mind always has the correct answer. Trapped emotions can make life miserable, but you can get rid of them with energy work and lighten your load for good. Remember that vision of your life? Holding on to your emotional baggage could be costing you precious time with your loved ones, jeopardizing your work and your ability to take care of your financial responsibilities, and ultimately depriving you of the fulfilling and abundant life you deserve. Dr. Joe experienced firsthand the power of energetic healing. He said, I worked with Melissa on my low back pain and calf pain. I was getting adjusted and taking supplements, but they didn't get better. Melissa found several trapped emotions and worked on my perception of how I viewed things. Muscle testing the body to find where the body has interference is amazing. Melissa does great work, and I would recommend her to anyone. Thanks, Melissa. The last source of pain I'll be discussing today could be coming from your belief about your diagnosis. To heal and become free of pain, you may need to let go of your current diagnosis and address an overly sensitive nervous system. Did you know that with chronic pain, something unexpected happens? Your pain system goes haywire and starts distorting and amplifying messages to your brain. This amplified pain message is the invisible elephant in the room. Scientists have been able to identify it as a primary cause of chronic pain. This new concept that your pain may not be related to physical damage isn't easy to accept since we've been taught this from a young age. If your pain system is malfunctioning, you can feel extreme pain without physical damage. The best example of this is phantom limb pain. That's when an amputee can feel severe pain in a limb that's no longer there. It's this disconnect between pain and physical damage that leads to so many unnecessary surgeries and treatments. The truth is, your original injury most likely healed long ago, but your pain system is stuck on high alert and may stay that way forever unless you do something about it. The good news is, once you learn about amplified pain and you understand it, you can start taking the necessary steps to fix it and start enjoying the quality life you've been longing for. At the highest level of evidence-based studies, statisticians and medical scientists have concluded that there's a limited relationship between what can be seen on a scan of your back and whether you feel pain. This includes X-ray, MRI, and CT scans. All too often, they don't show the true source of the pain. You could compare 100 people's scans that showed similar damage to their backs. Some would have pain, while others would not. Their scans, however, would look similar. The literature shows that given time, about 70% of people will naturally get better following a disc injury. Less than 2% require surgery. The natural history of a disc prolapse is that almost 90% of people will recover within 3 to 6 months. We know now that imaging is not a good predictor of pain. 90% of people have no pain, but yet a positive test on their MRIs. When the primary problem lies in your pain system, having surgery or searching for some other magical cure is often an exercise in futility and frustration. If you've had an injury and are past the normal recovery time, or you've had surgery and you're still in pain, you need to look at your sensitive nervous system and find techniques to overcome it. How do you know if your pain is from an overly sensitive nervous system? Well, you have pain that has persisted for over 3 months. It's spreading to other areas of your body. It is unpredictable. Minor movements hurt, or they are uncoordinated or weak. There is fear with movement, and you avoid movement, housework, and activities. You're unable to cope with pain, and it increases with little provocation. You have a high stress level. Maybe your mood has changed. You're more anxious or depressed, or your sleep has changed. You're not getting 7 to 9 hours of healing sleep. Your pain is linked to people, places, faces, and feelings, or your pain is linked with previous trauma. For example, the pain returns in February, as that is when you had your car crash. So these are examples of an overly sensitive nervous system. According to medical research, my injury was healed, even though I lived with pain for many years. The moral of the story is, beware of the images and thoughts that people are putting in your head, because they can have a direct impact on your pain, and they may not be totally correct. They could be coming from anything or anyone with an influence in your life. For example, your doctor did an MRI on you and told you, that's the worst case of arthritis I've ever seen. Your MRI shows you have a large herniated disc, or your back is degenerating. These thoughts can affect your pain when they are not the true source of your pain. We have new medical science to back this up. These similar thoughts affected my pain for many years. Once I understood my pain was from my malfunctioning pain system, I was able to work on getting well. Now I have a large toolbox of techniques and therapies I can use to prevent pain and available to use if I have a flare-up. You can apply the same principles for your healing too. Another example of new medical learnings is that in the old world of pain, we thought pain was transmitted from the area that was being harmed. We thought this message came from the body part. We know now this is outdated and not true. New pain science reveals that your body has no pain receptors, so the pain message does not travel from your foot to your brain. We have nociceptors. Nociceptors carry danger messages to the brain. Danger messages are then processed by the brain. The brain decides if pain is necessary. This medical knowledge has only come to light in the last decade. Just because a belief was true for you in the past doesn't mean it's true for you now. I like to share this analogy to help us keep an open mind. 2,000 years ago in 1492, when Columbus lived, people thought that the earth was flat. They also believed the Atlantic Ocean to be filled with monsters large enough to devour their ships. Columbus had to fight these foolish beliefs in order to get men to sail with him. He felt sure the earth was round. We know now the earth is sphere-shaped. The point is, things change based off of new knowledge. That's why you need to keep researching current material and keep an open mind regarding the ways you can heal. You have to acknowledge the true source of your pain to effectively heal it. The more open and willing you are to let go of your current diagnosis and suffering, the faster you'll heal. So I ask you again, what is your pain costing you? I know that even though it makes logical sense to just let go of your diagnosis, it's easier said than done. But holding on to your pain is costing you and not serving you well. We used specific techniques for Tracy's type of pain and worked on taming her nervous system to get significant pain relief from her fibromyalgia. We cut her pain in half in the time we were able to work together. Tracy said, my pain level is down from a 9 or 10 to a 5 with my fibromyalgia. My legs are doing so much better. I am able to move better. I can walk better. I can spend more time with my friends and family now. Thank you so much for helping me. The fourth step we will be talking about today is the powerful role your brain plays in your healing. The subconscious mind is just like an iceberg. There is the 5 to 10% that we experience on a day-to-day basis that is the part of the iceberg above the surface of the water. But there is much more of the iceberg that sits below the surface of the water. Many people think it's the more important part of our existence. In reality, your conscious mind is only 5 to 10% of your entire mind. That conscious is what we experience on a day-to-day basis. It receives input, analyzes, and makes decisions. It's strongly influenced by what's going on in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious is 90 to 95% of who you really are. That hidden masterpiece is what regulates all the systems that keep you alive. It pumps your heart, it moves the muscles that fill your lungs with air, it regulates the body's temperature at 98.6 degrees, all without any conscious thought from you. This important part of your brain is constantly archiving and remembering everything going on in and around you. The subconscious mind is like a computer hard drive. It contains all the information about your body. It also knows exactly what you need to do to get well and be happy, even though you consciously have no idea what that might be. It knows what is causing that pain in your jaw or lower back, and more importantly, it knows what will bring you relief. It knows what is causing your lack of energy, and it knows exactly what mineral, nutrient, or herb you are lacking. It even knows the correct dose. We tap into those answers and communicate with it through energy work, and the results are amazing. But perhaps the most amazing part is that it can be performed from literally anywhere in the world. Energy has no boundaries, as we learned. 95% of my work is done online through Zoom, just like today. As I mentioned earlier, when you feel pain, it's really a reaction to signals that are transmitted throughout your body. These signals are sent from the pain source through the nerves in the spinal cord to your brain where you perceive them as pain. This is important because it means pain can be controlled by changing the pain signals before they reach the brain. This is why the placebo effect works. One of my favorite case stories is the one where there were two groups of people who were to have knee surgery. Half went into the operating room and were cut, but no work done on their knees. And the other half were cut with work done to fix their knee pain. Funny thing is, about the same percentage of people in both groups felt better after their surgeries. How is that possible? The mind is a powerful thing. In summary, we learned our thoughts and emotions have a significant impact on whether we feel pain. A thought today can trigger the same feeling from a year ago where you felt pain, and you can feel that same pain again, even though there is no tissue damage today. It makes no logical sense, but your brain creates a sensation of pain versus you actually being injured. The takeaway point is the brain remembers. Pain is a warning sign, but it doesn't mean it is related to tissue. Remember phantom limb pain. If not related to tissue, then what is it related to? It is related to an overly sensitive nervous system. Your brain is creating pain as an output, even though there is no injury or tissue damage. Your brain is still perceiving some kind of danger. Sometimes the nervous system can be slow to quiet down, or it can be easily stimulated. Or it hasn't been turned off, that pain alarm. What causes this? Emotions and emotional baggage are a huge factor. Many times the emotion fear is a big culprit. Fear of diagnosis, fear of failed treatments, and fear of movement, for example. How do we change or reverse these pain signals? With mind-body techniques, which leads us to our final step. Step number 5, practice mind-body techniques to control and eliminate your pain. Healing can quickly happen with mind-body practices. The mind is the boss. If you use your mind with knowledge and understanding, it can be the most powerful tool to break out of the prison of chronic pain and live a fully productive and happy life. Your brain has its own built-in medicine cabinet capable of producing natural painkillers and opiate-like chemicals, which are actually hundreds of times stronger than any man-made drug. This occurs when you learn about exactly what pain is, shift from negative to positive thoughts, and implement healthy lifestyle choices. You might be wondering, what are mind-body therapies? Mind-body therapies are techniques and treatments designed to enhance the mind's positive impact on the body. Also referred to as alternative therapy, describing any medical treatment that is used in place of conventional medicine to heal. There are many, many mind-body therapies to choose from. I've listed some of them here. They can include relaxation techniques and massage therapy, guided imagery, Tai Chi, color therapy, prayer, Reiki. There's just tons and tons of mind-body therapies. Now I am going to teach you 2 simple ways to control your pain that I am able to actually do on this webinar. You may have noticed that your pain increases when you are stressed. As your pain receptors are stimulated, a message arises in your nervous system. This message shoots up your spinal cord into your brain. Your brain then assigns a certain meaning to the message, and this meaning will change completely how you and your pain system react when stress is involved. When you have pain, it creates fear, which causes you to tense up, which causes more pain. This tenseness affects your breathing in particular, and it becomes altered, and you breathe shallow and don't get enough oxygen in. And when you breathe like that, it causes your pain to get worse. You don't have to let your stress, pain, and anxiety spiral out of control. You have a choice to stop it. Whenever you feel stress, focus on your breathing, which decreases the flight or fight reaction in your body. It calms your mind and body, which will in turn decrease your pain. You want to take 2 slow belly breaths. Pause on the out breath and focus on something relaxing, like laying on a beach or walking in nature or whatever makes you relaxed and happy. You want to interrupt your state of being and make it one of relaxation, clarity, and control. So I recommend doing this exercise 3 times a day for 2 to 3 minutes for at least a week. It brings pain down about 2 to 3 points in about 2 to 3 days and sustains it. The more you practice it, the more powerful it will become. Now I will teach you mind-body practice number 2. Your thoughts and emotions can reduce your pain just like they can increase your pain. You can affect both the intensity and duration of pain through mind control. Good examples would be meditation, awareness around negative thoughts, or art or sound therapy. Anything that brings your stress response down. Another habit that induces stress and therefore pain is thinking about the worst possible outcome all the time. It's stressful and bad for your pain system. These negative thoughts sustain and make pain worse. It is normal for these thoughts to come up, but we need to learn to put these fires out. Recognize when it's happening and take steps to stop it. Question those beliefs and create a new positive belief or feeling and prevent one incident from turning into a day of stress and pain. As you get better at recognizing when it is happening and intervening early, you can stop the spiral before it grows too large. When you make this a new habit, your life will improve and you will take steps into your new life of pain-free living. For this exercise, it is important to avoid saying things like, my sore back, my pain, and everything always hurts. With phrasing such as this, you claim ownership of the condition. Do you really want it to be your pain? When you release suffering from your vocabulary, you can also choose to exchange it for love, health, and peace. The universe is always listening to you and attracting to you what you give out. And negative statements like these send your energy out to perpetuate your current state. Ask for what you want rather than keeping your attention on what you don't want. Say things like, my back is flexible and strong. My body is comfortable. And I feel better every day as I continue to heal, even if you don't fully believe it yet. As long as you are willing to have patience with the process, such statements will help bring about the positive condition that you are affirming. Even the slightest hint of willingness is enough to create positive changes in your life. So despite what your rational mind is thinking or saying, the only thing you have to lose is pain. Now think about two thoughts that you have and what new pain belief you can put in its place. Again, the more you practice it, the more powerful it will become. Knowing all this should make you feel fantastic. Pain can consume your life, but only if you allow it. Think about all those things you'll be able to do that make you happy. I would like to take a few moments and share what some of my clients have said about working with me. Mary discovered stress and her negative thought patterns were causing a lot of her pain. We worked on creating new beliefs to alleviate her symptoms. She said, my back has felt real good the last couple days, down from a 5 or 6 to a 1. Thank you and many blessings for your work and success moving forward. I worked with Sandy on removing trapped emotions and what mind-body techniques to use regarding her chronic fatigue. She said, I just want to thank you for all that you have done. You really go the extra mile and do a great job of pulling all the information together. I feel like I have been lifted of many emotions that have been stuck in me for a long time. You work very accurately and quickly. Thanks for all the extra help and information that you gave me. I am ready to move forward and continue healing. Thanks again. So what I promised and shared with you today, how your body has an innate ability to heal itself if you give it the right conditions to work with. How you can remove trapped emotions or emotional baggage using energy work and alleviate your pain. How your inaccurate or negative thoughts and outdated beliefs about your diagnosis and sources of your pain are most likely fueling your pain. Why your subconscious mind and brain are very powerful tools in your healing process. Mind-body practices, your toolkit of techniques to eliminate your pain. And I taught you 2 simple mind-body techniques to use immediately to control and alleviate your pain. So you've listened to my healing journey. You know the steps work because I'm living proof, as well as several of my clients. Plus you know what I'm saying can help you. If you are someone who really wants to find freedom from your pain and live a better life, you might be wondering, how can you apply all these steps and tools yourself? So if you would like me to personally help you to implement everything you learned today, I would be excited to do so. Here is how we can do that. At the beginning of this training, I said I had a special offer for you, and that is a freedom assessment call where I have set aside some time in my schedule to talk to you about how you can apply these same steps to your healing starting today. The cost is free, no strings attached. During this 45-minute call, I'll help you get clarity on your goals and what's holding you back from achieving them. I'll give you a view of what your life could look like without pain, and I'll outline the topics you'll need to address to develop your personal pain relief plan. We will discuss your unique situation, and if you want to work with me, we can get started right away. But there are some requirements. An assessment call is not for everyone. It's only for you if what you're doing now isn't working, you're frustrated with the results of traditional medicine, you genuinely want to get well, and you understand you have to put in the effort to get results. You're ready to invest in yourself to finally feel better, and you don't set limits on your health or lifestyle. And you want someone to support your efforts and help you reach your goals in the shortest period of time possible. It's important to also outline who this call is not for. Someone who's not open to finding new ways to heal their pain, someone who's not interested in making genuine changes in their habits to be healthy, someone who holds the belief they'll never get better, someone who does not want to invest time in creating a personal pain relief plan. And this call is not for you if you just want to pick my brain and go off with no coaching. If you identify with this list, then please do not book a call with me because I cannot help you. If you fall into the first list of wants, then I encourage you to schedule a call with me. I can definitely help you. For those of you that qualify, I want you to act fast since I can only take so many calls at a given time. Spaces are limited and they can get booked up rather quickly. So visit this link, bit.ly/Finding Freedom Call, and schedule your call. You are probably wondering, why am I doing this? If you or someone you care about has chronic pain, I am here to give you hope that there are solutions available and you have the power to affect your future. We are in a crisis when you look at the trends in pain over the past decade. According to the American Academy of Pain Medicine, 100 million Americans and 1.5 billion people worldwide suffer from chronic pain. That is why I have made it my calling to help and serve as many people as possible, and why I host this event. So you can have key information at your fingertips for healing today. I believe in you and your ability to experience abundance. It has been my honor to share this content with you. I know that everyone has busy lives, so thank you for sharing some of your time with me. My expectation is that the information I shared with you today was valuable to your healing journey. Here is the link again to book your Freedom Assessment Call, bit.ly/Finding Freedom Call, all lowercase. I can't wait to speak with you soon.